I've been playing a lot of Splatoon 2 lately. Terrible timing, I know. With the third game having just released last September, the majority of its player base has moved over there, those who can afford it, at least. As such, whenever I load into the game as of late, I'm met with solemnness. Messages left behind by those who have moved on, thanking the game for all it did for them, and messages from those who can't, lamenting their inability to purchase the third game and expressing the same gratitude for the second. Whenever I log onto the game, before actually jumping into a match, I always make sure to go through and check these messages. It's weird seeing them. People saying goodbye to a game that meant so much to them for the past 5, nearly 6 years. A lobby once filled with so many memes and jokes and greetings is now full of goodbyes. The fun has moved on to Splatoon 3, and the second is just memories for those players now. It sounds ridiculous to say, but it got me thinking about, well, life, and death, and everything and anything in between. Things that get left behind forever. The memories and fragments of the lives we live and the things we enjoy. There's this age-old meme that's been around for years, but has been making the rounds again now that another wave of Minecraft players have put the game down after constantly playing it in quarantine. There's plenty of variations on it, different phrasings, contexts, etc. But the punchline is always the same, and it's always meant to make you sad. It's essentially this: one day, if you haven't already, you'll log off of the game forever and leave behind the world you've built and invested in and spent so much of your time and creativity on. But even when you're done with the game, your dog will still be there waiting for you. It's something so silly at first. Why do I give a shit about a fake dog in a virtual world? But these memes and jokes often succeed in their purpose and bring the reader to tears, or at least bum them out a bit, because it's more than that. When people get invested in Minecraft, they spend weeks, months, years even, building up an entire world. And if it's a multiplayer world, then even more than that. A civilization, a society even. Often full of complex lore, rules, wars, history, and just fun times spent with friends. It's hard not to get attached, especially considering that this is exactly what Minecraft is built for. I don't play Minecraft for the survival aspect, the challenges, or even the fun of it. I play it because of what it allows me to do. Minecraft presents its players with an empty world at their hands, ready for whatever they want it to be. Complex sculptures, societies, stories, and even just goofing off with the people you love. And so, when inevitably the last player left on the server logs off for the final time, it feels like saying goodbye. This goodbye means even more in a game like Minecraft. A game where you're never truly finished, where there's always something else to do, more things to build, more worlds to explore. A game where you tame a dog as your companion, and then leave it behind, trapped in that moment, waiting for you to come back one day without the knowledge that that day may never come. An infinite reminder of the time you spent there. My favorite book is The Little Prince, and I have a battered secondhand copy that I keep tenderly tucked away in my nightstand drawer. It's a copy I got when I worked as a library aide in my middle school library, back when my life was so different. It's falling apart in some places, and the binding's gone stiff, but it's my book. An amazing book that changed me as a person and that I still love to this day. But scrawled in one of the first pages of that book is a note, a dedication. It's dated December 31st, 1990, and it reads thus: "To my very special, wonderful prince, I'm enjoying every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, and now every year. From your Danish lover, Animatics." What an amazing story, handwritten in the first page of a completely different story. When I first got this book at age 12, I spent every night thinking about the love story present in that one sentence. I wondered what happened to them. Were they star-crossed lovers desperately trying to make it against all odds? Did they achieve the standard American dream and live in a big house with everything they could ever desire? Did they wake up next to each other each morning? Did they live a long, happy life and have the book passed down by one of their children, now grown with families of their own, going through the things that they left behind? Did they break up after some horrible fight and never see each other again, his book ending up in a donation bin so he didn't have to remember it? Were they dead? How had this book ended up as a donation to my middle school library when clearly it meant so much to them? I dreamed of it and imagined entirely new contexts for it. I built my own fairy tales off of that one sentence in a hand-me-down book. And oh boy, did I try to stalk this poor woman. I was convinced that somehow I could find her if she was still alive and return it to her. I never did manage to find any record of a Danish Annie Mac living in Texas at any point in her life. But I did find something else. Earlier this year, I sat down and reread the book. And though I'd always closed it at the last page, for some reason, I didn't this time. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to see if there was an author's description. I genuinely don't know. Maybe I knew something was waiting for me back there. But there it was, on the back of the third to last empty page. 12/21/96. In silky ballpoint cursive, the top of the page said lesson. The rest of it almost felt like a eulogy of sorts. It read, "Upon completion of The Little Prince, I could not help feeling a sense of appreciation for the story, the lovely woman who gifted it to me, as for the quality of life. No matter what the circumstances may be, have been, or might become, the present with its unique surrealities has the power to extend a happiness that only occurs upon the surrender for that which might be better." Wow. Upon reading that for the first time, I broke out into sobs, and I still don't know why. Maybe because I had just moved to college, so far away from everything I've ever known, and yet too close to run away from it. Maybe because I've had similar goodbyes of my own, felt that feeling before, but I couldn't explain it. I just sat there and cried for a good half hour. That passage gave a sort of closure, but a weird sort. The kind that only really leaves you with more questions. The way it was written felt almost like the writer had more to say, but chose to refrain, ending things without any additional context. It also made it seem to me like maybe this mysterious woman who I had so desperately searched for as a child was probably dead, and maybe long forgotten by anyone except me, the holder of the book. Regardless of whatever became of them, I'm always so glad to have had this lovely mystery in my book. A relic of the past, a memory of what once was and what might have been. When I was in elementary school, I had this really strict school librarian who constantly gave us speeches about taking care of books. I know what she was getting at, and she's not a bad guy here, and it's important to cherish physical belongings, especially literacy and especially shared resources, I know that. But as a kid, she was so insistent about it, especially with our own personal books. One time my baby sister tore a page out of a book that belonged to me, not the school, and I had taped the page back in, but I would always hide it whenever she was around, because I was terrified of getting in trouble. She absolutely hated doggy ears, even in our own personal books, and would always bring them up. There was always a long lecture waiting if she caught you doggy earing a book. As a kid, I believed what she said, and I felt horrible whenever I accidentally damaged one of my own books. And I understand the importance of taking care of books, I do, but as an adult now, I don't hold so strictly to that anymore. In certain books, I love to write and mark notes as I read, and I know it doesn't diminish the quality of said book as long as I treat it properly. I buy all of my books secondhand now, and I look for the familiar creases of doggy-eared bookmarks. I don't grimace at a tear in the page or some tape or an orange soda stain. I love the familiar scrawlings of blue cursive or chicken scratch. I look for those moments when I can find something tangible to remind myself someone else had this once. To feel connected to someone else long ago, dead or alive, wherever they are in the universe now. If you've watched this far, I'm sure you're wondering what exactly it is I'm trying to say. To be honest, I don't entirely know either. But what I do know is this. For all the bad in the world, all the truly horrible things, I have this to hold on to. These fleeting moments with what someone else left behind. These tearful goodbyes to things that meant so much to us. Listen, one day, we'll all be dead, and try as we might, no one knows what comes after that. It's scary. Terrifying, even. And some people shape their entire lives around what comes at the end. But we all have to reconcile with our fleeting mortality one day and hold it tight. It's beautiful because one day it's gone. And someday, when we're all long gone, when ancient aliens or long-forgotten robots, or whatever new species finds our remains, I hope they find this. I hope they see the love letters left in bottles in the ocean, and the storybooks with doggy ears on the top corners and juice stains on the bottom. I hope they find yellowed old Polaroids pasted lovingly into an album, captioned with love and dotted with hearts. I hope they boot up a copy of Splatoon 2 and see all the heartfelt goodbyes from players long, long gone. I hope they find the memes and jokes we left about feeling sad to leave behind a virtual, non-existent pet. I hope they find the records of us crying for dead, forgotten Mars rovers, singing them happy birthday, and battered up secondhand books with love stories in the covers, carefully tucked away into safe drawers. I hope that despite everything, despite every truly despicable and horrible thing we've all done at some point, despite the tragedies and atrocities that litter our history, every terrible thing we'll be remembered for, they find that we weren't all that bad. That we were kids who loved stories and rocket ships and video games, and we poured each piece of our soul into the things we cared about. I hope they see the love that we left behind, and I hope that when they inevitably try again, they do better than us, and learn from our mistakes. But more than that, they learn from the silly and seemingly insignificant memories that still remain long after all of us. All of the things we cared about and left behind, not because they didn't matter anymore, but because they mattered so, so much.